before the start of the Hero ISL season. The big time of Indian football returns to Punjab. Meanwhile, a Punjabi boy is doing all the things right for Emami East Bengal. Harmanjot Kabra. Back with the red and golds after 2016 and played a crucial part in that win versus Mohan Bagan's Super Giants. A win that's come their way after more than 4 years. A derby win, a much needed derby win for Carlos Quadrat and his entire squad. Andy, you'd be aware of this. It's given them breathing time for a club that asks so much of their players and coaches, always contesting for trophies. It's given them breathing time, that 1-0 win.
Yeah, very much so. A chance to regroup, refresh, and go again straight away. A big, obviously, victory, morale-boosting victory after the opening day, that disappointment of conceding them 2 late goals and the red card. And now they can come out front foot again. Just slightly different matchups in how they've balanced the midfields. I think you'll see a lot of balls played through them central areas early on in the game, just so they kind of find their way through. But it'll be an interesting tactical battle, certainly in the centre of the park as well. High starting position there, you can see from Kieran Limbo, just ensuring that he protects that back four. He can sweep up anything and then just play as the ball's back now with East Bengal. See them much patient in possession. Punjab FC just dropping into that kind of medium block that coaches will work on. Just ensure they're nice and compact. Making sure that they can't be played through. And Emami East Bengal just happy just to rest, force, wait for the mistake, wait for the opening of Punjab FC before they play the ball through. Slightly different tactics to what they've had before, but very patient on the ball. And when they make the most of the opportunity, they'll look to just go forward with a bit more purpose. You see this Punjab FC side well drilled behind the ball, allowing that first pass and just applying the pressure on as just centre halves just play it to them together. Obviously, you've got the experience of Jordan Elsey there. Played most of his career back in his domestic Australia, Newcastle Jets and Adelaide as well. Wanting to make another impression, but really sloppy play. Punjab FC have a chance to break early. And Gill makes a great low stop to his left-hand side, shooting on sight straight away. With a brilliant early chance. And that'll be the stage of the game we're at. You'll see it here, just cuts back inside onto that left foot. You think a little bit slow to react, but then no, he just springs up to push the ball. Most important thing, just push it away from safety from Juan Mira. Great little opportunity to cut back in on his left-hand side.
In these first 6 minutes by Punjab FC, Juan Mera spent time with the red and golds, while in India was part of the East Bengal squad in 2019-20, was there for a season, much loved by the Kolkata faithful. This time looking for Luka Majan. Wherever he's gone, he scored goals, scored 16 in the I-League last season, helping Punjab storm their way to the Hero I-League title. Here's Emami East Bengal. End-to-end stuff going on at the Kishore Bharti Kridangan Group A game of the 132nd edition of the IndianOil Durand Cup. Early days in this game, Andy, it's just about either side really looking to stamp their authority in the game and take control of it from there on.
Yeah, Emami East Bengal, they've been patient with the ball, haven't they? They've just been caught out with a few sloppy passes into midfield, which are kind of where I highlighted that matchup would be. And then because of that, they've just started to go a little bit more direct, a little bit longer, and then it opens up the opportunity for Punjab to win possession back.
Nunga plays it back to Prabh Sukhan Gill. Joined this season from Kerala Blasters. Joined on a 3-year deal. A massive deal, making him the highest paid goalkeeper in India. There's the new man, Jordan LC. Tries finding Mahesh Nauram. Wins it back, much to the delight of the Emami East Bengal faithfuls.
Yeah, and that press is working well for them, isn't it? What they've decided to do, they've got two players holding in midfield with Pradhan and Ricky there, which allow him, Brandon, just to be that number 10 and helping Luca up top, just try and win the ball back rather than having it flip the other way around with one holding midfielder and two more advanced. Able to get forced the foul in the wide area.
Carlos Quadrat, very quick to tell the press that what's happened versus Mohun Bagan Super Giants is done and dusted. It's on to a new game. Ball put in. Here's Souvik Chakrabarti, no stranger, has played a majority of football in Kolkata. Played long. Finds Krishnanda Singh, does well to give it back to Brandon. Brandon finds Ricky Shabong. Ricky Shabong with the shot. He'll probably be saying he had a better, should have done much better there. End-to-end stuff going on.
Just like the rush finish, wasn't it? It just snatched it. It wasn't as clean contact as he would have liked. But again, another early opportunity for them inside the first 10 minutes.
Two opportunities already now in these first 10 minutes. Could come to rue in the later half or later parts of this game. You've got to take those opportunities, especially when you're playing against a team like Emami East Bengal. Put them under the pressure. Crowd will start going against them. Positive play from Punjab FC. Javier Siviero. Here's Krishnanda. Back to Ashish. Mohammad Salah. One again. There's that press. Not giving them too much time on the ball. Emami East Bengal on the attack. Mahesh Nauram. Spent a bit too much time on that ball. Gave it away. Sloppy work in the middle of the park. And here we have Punjab FC on the attack. Jordan LC does well to close him down, but gets the corner. Does one Mera.
Yeah, what you can see, end-to-end stuff, isn't it? Both teams not having that quality of sustained possession that they want, giving the possession away cheaply and easily, and then them counter-attack. So teams countering, attacking on each other. Ends in an opportunity for Punjab to get another set piece in.
Yet another opportunity for Punjab FC. One Mera on the ball. Former East Bengal player. Siviero marking Majen. Ball's put in, and it's put in a good position, but cleared by Emami East Bengal. Straight away on it is Nanda Kumar. Harmanjot Khabra tries playing it long, much like what they've been doing in these first 12 minutes. Build-up has been a few passes here and there, and then that long ball up front. Interestingly, Mohun Bagan Super Giants are also in action. They're playing the preliminary stage of the AFC Cup versus Machindra FC of Nepal. So it's a busy day for Kolkata football. Two of their biggest teams out on the field. One trying for a place to move into the knockouts of the 132nd edition of the Durand Cup, the other representing India in competent club continental competition. Lunga, he's looked good. It's his third game, and he's looked extremely comfortable at the back for Emami East Bengal. Saul Crespo. Back to Nanda Kumar. Has a player for company. Does well to get away. Puts the cross in, Nanda Kumar. Much better play from Emami East Bengal.
Yeah, you'll just be wanting to try and get somebody in there. But when it goes down the line, as you can see, he takes him on 1v1. You know that the only place he's going to be able to go is just across the six. So can you gamble, try and get along that front post? Not really going to be able to lift it in there without the goalkeeper coming out to get it.
Slowly but surely, they're getting a little more control in this game. Borja that time. Busy in the middle. Saul Crespo is going to be stationed in front of the two stopper backs. That insurance policy that every team needs. Comfortable on the ball. Always giving space to his defenders. Here he is again, gets the ball from Khabra, tries releasing it first time. Souvik Chakrabarti. Saul uses his left. Not to good effect. Was finding Mahesh Naurem. Punjab now. Let's see what they can do on the ball. Slow, patient build up. That's been the case for them in these first 14 minutes. They've succeeded on a few occasions. Just the end cutting edge, not quite there. Two good chances, one falling to Ricky Shabong. Switches play. Good first touch, brings it down. Krishnanda Singh. You'd expect that for a team that have won the Hero I League, now is moving into the Hero ISL, there'll be wholesale changes in the squad. But the coach and the management feel otherwise. They want this to be a team that embraces that young player, help them grow. Not too bothered about the results right now. Want them to become a unit that becomes so much tougher to beat in the long run.
Yeah, it's a great philosophy to have, isn't it? But ultimately, it'll be judged on results and performance. You want to be able to try and get a foundation of a squad and a club and build from the bottom upwards. And obviously, success so far. And they're giving opportunities for players now, as well as bringing in more experienced players that have already had I League and ISL experience.
It helps that there's no relegation, so you can plan your stay at the highest level of Indian football.
See Lucas now dropping in, getting maybe a little bit frustrated, not seeing enough of the ball at the start of the game. Just as Melroy there is a little tussle. Comfortably just plays the ball back to Kieran Limbu, who's just able to pump the ball forward. Happens in games often. Luca especially just wants to get involved in that action a little bit deeper rather than just stretching play. Just comes in, drops deeper and deeper just to pick up the ball. Means that I don't really have much of an outlet when they win the ball back unless Brandon's higher up that pitch. But you can see they just settled into a shape now. Punjab FC, just while Emami East Bengal can try and play through. And much of it will just depend on the quality of Sal Crespo in here, whether he can pick the ball up and start to play a little bit more. I can see there just the quality lacking in certain areas at the moment. They'll be frustrated. But if they don't quite get that press right with Luca and Brandon behind, then they will be able to pick them off, and Dowell Crespo will just be able to get in them little areas and start to dictate a little bit more than he has done in the first 15 minutes. Some coaching instructions there from the silent it straight away. Probably just asking him to get higher and wider when they've got the ball and get at the fullback a bit more.
It's all about that intensity. We've got to make this count. These first 17 minutes they haven't belonged completely to Emami East Bengal. They've been in this game, Punjab FC. They've only managed that 1 point in 2 games so far, still searching for that first win in this edition of the Durand Cup. Here's Krishnanda Singh, tries putting the ball in, but a feeble attempt straight into the hands of Prabsukan Gill. And you can hear them. You can hear the Ultras cheering their team on. Shift a few gears. Stamp their authority in this game. Jordan Elsey joined this season from Perth Glory in the A-League. Plays it long again, trying to find Javier Siviero, who's come this season from Hyderabad FC. Really, Andy, from a Emami East Bengal perspective, you've got a brand new team out there. The history that you have behind this club and the characteristics of a brand new team are that sometimes you'll get highs, but you'll also get lows, just purely because you haven't played together for so long. Remember, nothing but 3 points works for Emami East Bengal. They get 3 points, they make it to the quarters to this edition of the IndianOil Durand Cup. Even a draw means that Mohun Bagan Super Giants qualify for the knockouts. And then they'll have to wait for these guys. Clayton Silva, it's so good to see him back on the bench. Played a crucial part in that season, a season that didn't work for Emami East Bengal. Meanwhile, here's Javier Siviero. Prabhu did well, read that ball well, and it's kept in.
Yeah, just slight miscommunication, wasn't it, at the back there? Looks like Kieran Limbo just calling for the ball, but just sent to half. Mallory just able to try and clear the ball first. Let's get away with it.
Referee calls foul. Borja is asking for a card. Carlos Cuadrat is happy. It's a good position to get a free kick. Put in the big boys in the box. Try and attack. And try and put pressure on Kiran Limbu.
Yeah, we've seen from the IndianOil Durand Cup so far that a lot of goals have come from set pieces, whether that's been wide free kicks, direct free kicks, goal or corner. So any chance you get to get your big boys in from the back or closed and don't risk any counter attacks, and you're looking for quality of delivery. Sure, Jordan Elsey will be up there straight away trying to dictate things.
Came in and didn't have the best of starts to life as an Emami East Bengal player. Came in between as a substitute in that game versus Bangladesh Army. Headed a ball away only straight to go to a Bangladesh Army football player. And he put that ball in the back of the net. He would be hoping that he can make amends for that. Nanda Kumar and Borja on the ball. Borja puts the ball in for Jordan Elsey. Came inchingly close. Meanwhile, there's a yellow card. All sorts of things happening on the pitch. Punjab FC players not happy with the referee, making their displeasure known, and the referee not taking anything. Issuing a card to jersey number 4. Corner for Emami East Bengal. Yet another corner taken. And this one has resulted in a goal. Javier Siviero. He got his first goal for Emami East Bengal with his head. And 2 games later, he's done it again for the red and gold.
Yep. Organised heavily Punjab FC after that first corner came in and they had the opportunity that went over. The bookings obviously caused some disruption in that box. They haven't been able to reset, get the shape back, and then just the quality of that ball in. And we've just been saying, if you can attack it, if you can get your free header in there, you can see the setup zonal, but they just don't deal with that ball coming in and just able to get the free in start against somebody coming in with a leap, and Silviera are able to get great contact on it and just steer it into the bottom corner.
2 goals in 3 games for signed from Hyderabad FC this season. 9 goals in all competitions for the team from Hyderabad. And within the first 3 games, he's already shown the East Bengal faithful what he can do. His job is to get the goal. His job is to ease that burden on Clayton Silva once he comes out onto the pitch. So far, the returns have been really good. 2 goals in 3 games for Javier Severo. 1-0 to Emami East Bengal.
Yeah, I think the Punjab FC side will be disappointed. Obviously, a tactical decision to go with the zonal marking. That just leaves 3 runners in the box, so no blocking, no opportunity to get a foothold of any attacker that's coming in.
The onus now lies with Punjab FC. Emami East Bengal are going to continue going for goal. They're playing at home. They're playing in front of their supporters. It's the only way they know how to play. You can't sit back. It's too early in the game to sit back. You scored 1 within the first 23 minutes. You've got to go and get 1 more. Meanwhile, 2 yellow cards were brandished just before that corner was taken. One for Juan Mera and the other for Nikhil Prabhu of Punjab FC. Referee very quickly asserting he's the man in control. And do not try and cross that line. Salah on the ball. Just gets away from it.
And going back to the goal, that's what good strikers do. I wouldn't say he's had the most dynamic of starts, Javi Severio, but just able to capture that moment when it counts, and that's what good strikers do, just come alive in the box, and obviously able to put them in a commanding position now to take control of the game. It'll be interesting now to see how Punjab FC adapt, because they have stood off them, they've allowed them possession of the ball when they're building, and it'll be interesting if they need to make a decision to go higher up the pitch now.
If you take the word of Punjab FC coach Vergetis, then for him the aim is to always maintain a clean sheet first. That won't happen because they've already conceded within the first 25 minutes. What's plan B? How do you go about following East Bengal at their home ground? Haven't had the best of years in the build-up to this season. Finished 9th in the last edition of the Hero ISL, finished bottom in the edition before that, and finished 9th again in what was their first appearance in the Hero ISL. Unfamiliar territory for a team that's won so much and given so much to Indian football. Here they are calling the shots. Slowly but surely, looking very fluid on the field.
Yeah, Borja there, wasn't it? Lovely little turn and a roll just to get away from his man. And obviously Suvic just late with the challenge, just leaving a leg out for him to transfer over. And we've already seen what happens at set pieces now. They need to make sure they get themselves organised. You'll see here just that ball little played inside. Lovely little turn and quick feet to get away.
Saying that in football, you've got to have 2 eyes in front and you also have 2 eyes behind your head. Boha displaying that to full perfection, reading which way the marker was coming from. Here's a practice set piece play. Don't know what they were expecting to do with that. This has gone straight out of play.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed that, won't they? I don't think the idea was to have the centre half, Jordan, running over to the opposite side of the pitch and trying to get it out of play. You'll be absolutely fuming as a player now because you've got to run back and get in position quickly.
Brandon, he knows a thing or two about winning titles. Brandon Balral Ramdika, signed from Mohammedan Sporting in the year 2022, won the I-League twice with Aizawl and also with Punjab FC last season. He's played for East Bengal in the 2017 season. So not unfamiliar territory for him. Khabra. Here's Salah. Wasteful pass. Loses it. And it's back with Saul Crespo. He's got Nanda Kumar, the goal scorer from that last game. Swiftly put out.
Yeah, he's quick, isn't he? In that wide area. Nanda, he gets right at his man as quick as he can, just off the shoulder. A constant threat. Difficult if you're marking him at left back. Salah's going to have a tough day. Straight away running off his shoulder.
Plus, he scored that goal versus Mohammedan Super Giants in the last game. You can't get any bigger boost than that. Already etched in the history books of this historical club. Here's Harmanjot Khabra. Tries taking it long. Still not cleared by Punjab FC. Fourth attempt. This time back with Emami East Bengal. Saul Crespo. Gives it to Nanda. Has space for the cross. Puts it across. Drills it low. And cleared by Punjab FC. Just can't seem to get the ball out of their half. Some more Emami East Bengal pressure coming their way.
Yeah, just looks like they're releasing Saul Crespo a little bit higher up the pitch, aren't they, there when they're breaking into attack. Duvik Chakraborty doing really well in the defensive work, just screening the defenders and able to sustain the attack for longer.
Yeah, he's an intelligent player. He can play anywhere in the back four. He can play in the midfield. Meanwhile, another yellow card. This one given to head coach Typos Vergetis, who's not happy with some of the refereeing. They're going to have to be very careful right now. We're only 29 minutes into this game. Already 3 yellow cards banished to Punjab FC. 2 to the players and 1 to the head coach. Yeah, he doesn't look like a happy man. Fair to say he's not sharing Christmas greetings with them. But all is not lost. We're still only 30 minutes down. 15 minutes of regulation play remaining in this first half. They started so well. They started so well in those first 10, 12 minutes. But ever since then, they've sort of relinquished control of this game to the red and golds. Leading 1-0, courtesy of a goal by Javier Siviero.
Yeah, disappointing foul to give away, isn't it? There just doesn't need to put the 2 hands on his back. He's going back to his own goal. He's got the touchline as your friend as well. So just guide him, make him make a decision. Don't allow the referee to make one for you. Just lets them off the hook and allows them to resettle. They can have the drinks break, and the coaches obviously start to have their input.
Yeah, it's time for the coaching staff to get into action, put in whatever directions, whatever thoughts into the players, if things have been working for them or not. From a Carlos Quadrat perspective, you could possibly see body language. Body language seems a lot more relaxed, a lot more in control because things are going their way. Maybe not quite the same for Punjab FC. Because here's the man who's been the difference so far, Andy. This goal by Javier Siviero.
Yeah, short little corner isn't just to change the angle, but you can see they've obviously employed that zonal system, but it just allows runners. So if you don't get any blocks on, you can get free timing of your jump, and obviously a jump from a standing start is not going to get you as high as one that's coming in at pace and power. You're able to get clean contact. So something for food for thought for obviously Punjab FC is the return after the water break.
Not the easiest of conditions to play a 90-minute football game. So you'd have to applaud the organizers for allowing water breaks in between. Also gives the coaching staff a chance to rejig things. Luka Majen, captain for Punjab FC. Do remember that before the start of this game, we had maintained a 1-minute silence as a mark of respect and remembrance of former Indian football captain and Arjuna Award winner Mohammad Habib, who passed away on Independence Day at the age of 74, and also former East Bengal Secretary Suprakash Gorgori, who passed away yesterday at the age of 80. Here's Cabra. Interesting to see how he's used throughout the season. Meanwhile, a weak header almost puts in Borja. Goes down holding his ankle. Referee says play on. And so Punjab plays on. They've got space now. Luka Majan coming in the middle, but there's only one player in the middle. Nanda Kumar gets past one, gets past two. Eventually catches up with him. Back with Punjab FC. Slowly but surely now. One Mera. Played a season with East Bengal. Tries finding Majan, but he's surrounded by four Emami East Bengal players. And that's been the story of Punjab FC's attack in these first 34 minutes. They got two really good chances at the beginning of the game, but ever since then, he seems stranded in that part of the pitch, does Luka Majan, their top scorer last season. Tries finding Javier Siviero, tries laying it off, but cleared by Prabhu. He's been so good, Sovik Chakrabarti, in these first 34 minutes. Like you mentioned, Andy, does the cleanup job really well. And if there is a chance of a counter attack, quickly comes in and thwarts that counter so you can stop that stoppage of play.
Yeah, it's sometimes a thankless task in there. You don't always get the plaudits, especially it's away from the camera, it's away from the viewer, but he does so much hard work, just screening, sees work rate, just to make sure that nothing gets past him or through him. And then once he receives it, he can just play it as simple passes off to his teammates to then start the attack.
He's won trophies. He's won the I-League. He's won the Hero ISL. He's won the Hero I-League with Mohan Bagan in 2015. Won the Hero ISL with Hyderabad FC. Signed from Hyderabad FC in 2022. Though his biggest quality and his strength has to be his intelligence. Can play so many positions. Gives your coach options when fielding that 11. Can play in defense, can play in midfield as well. And has done so at the highest level of Indian football.
I think they'll just want to have a period of settled possession now, Emami East Bengal. Try and get the ball into them wide areas with Nanda, who's so strong. Mahesh on that left-hand side as well, getting a run.
And here's another opportunity. Mahesh Singh brought down on the box. Referee says play on. Crowd asking for that penalty. But the referee says nothing doing.
Yeah, it was just what we said, didn't it? Just needed to get into wide areas and get running at the fullbacks. They've done it well on both sides over the last 5 or 7 minute spell. Just gets the touch out of his feet and then just coming together, giving the opportunity to the ref to make a decision. He didn't want to see any of it.
Seemed a little soft. You'd have to probably go with the referee. Looks like he's got the right decision. Not the easiest of places to make these decisions, especially when you've got close to 10,000 people cheering you on, asking you to blow that whistle, asking you to give that penalty to their favorite team. Nishu Kumar back in the 11 after being suspended, courtesy of a direct red in his first game versus Bangladesh Army football team. Did not play the game versus Mohan Bagan Super Giants. Managed playing a game in the Calcutta Football League, got on the score sheet as well, and is now back in the 11 for Emami East Bengal. One Mera plays it forward, trying to find Luka Majan, who's been running tirelessly in these 37 minutes, but hasn't got much service.
There will be a frustrated figure, won't he? He likes the ball at feet. He likes to feel the centre halves around him and can play, but also he can spin and play off the shoulder as well. So wouldn't be surprised if he starts coming a little bit deeper to try and join in play.
Important player for Punjab FC, scored 16 goals in the I League last season. He's played with Churchill brothers, joined them back in 2020. That was his first tryst with Indian football. Ever since then, he's played an integral part at Gokulum, Kerala, going on and winning the Hero I League as well. Then played for Punjab. 15 goals and 8 assists for Gokulum, Kerala in that season. 12 goals for Churchill brothers. So there are goals in him. He just needs that proper service up front. So far, he's been cutting a lonely figure.
Yeah, just a slight shift away, wasn't it, from when Punjab FC started, and they were maybe going to nurture their own. They've obviously gone to a bit more experience and people who have already played and had domestic success. Those overseas players.
Krishnanda tried taking on Harmanjot Khabra. Ball still with Punjab FC. Emami East Bengal happy to sit back now. Let them in the middle of the park. Let them have possession in the middle of the park. Maintain shape. See out these last 8 minutes. Krishnanda does well. Good run. Found is Krishnanda, but the cross left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, just good little rotation from Punjab FC there in wide areas, just able to, Brandon just to get into roll inside and then force that play in the wide area. Cabra just getting caught out, didn't know whether just to track his man and go inside or had to stay outside with the winger.
They seem to be keeping the ball a lot more in these last 5 minutes. Also because Emami East Bengal is stepping back a bit, letting them have that play, not putting that much pressure. Good work for them. They want this man on the ball a lot more. Welcome touches for Luka Majen. Has 3 players in front. And that's the characteristic of a player who hasn't been involved that long in the game. That when you get the ball, your senses are not a full 100%. Saul Crespo. Borja drop deep. Gets that ball. No one in front of him. 3 players just tracking back. Easily finds Mahesh Singh. Goes for the cross. Here's Siviero! Off the woodwork. Very nearly doubling the lead for Emami East Bengal.
Yeah, and it starts with that really clever rotations now in that midfield three. Borja this time being able to drop deeper and spray the pass into a wide area, and then a brilliant ball in from wide from Mahesh again. Lovely little play in the midfield just to open up the field and be able to play either side. Chose to go down the left-hand side, and a great ball in, just unable just to get it the other side of the post.
Javier Severio. Very nearly getting his 3rd goal for Emami East Bengal. The first 2 that he's got for his new club have all courtesy of his head. Was using it to good effect. The woodwork coming to the rescue of Punjab FC. Slowly but surely, you can see the crowds have swelled up at the Kishore Bharati Kridangan. They know that if they get 3 points, and as things stand, Emami East Bengal are moving into the quarterfinals of the 132nd edition of the IndianOil Durand Cup. Cut back by Mahesh, tried finding Boha, who ballooned it. Meanwhile, Punjab FC have ballooned it right back to Emami East Bengal. Here's Jordan Elsey. Asking for the offside. Offside given.
Coach Kudarat will be happy with that, won't he? Just that little rotations in midfield now. The Punjab FC didn't know which players to go mark in there, just with the clever rotations, whether Suvik's going to be the one who's going to drop deep and dictate play. On that occasion, whether Borja's going to do it and allow Sal Crespo just to go a little bit higher as an extra player in the attacking line. Just mistimed the movement there into the final third.
Here's Krishnanda. Back to Brandon. Takes the shot, puts the cross in. Feeble attempt. Trying to find Severio. Here's Punjab FC. The referee wanted to play on, but no advantage given as ball went to Punjab FC. Foul in favor of Emami East Bengal. Nikhil Prabhu not too happy with that.
Yeah, looked like a fair challenge for me, but I can understand modern game now. Any kind of contact, it's always up for debate and discussion in this kind of modern way of refereeing games.
It's the advent of technology, Andy. Everything in super slow mos gives you a completely different perspective of how things play out.
Yeah, very much so. It does help on occasions, but also it has occasions where you just feel that maybe the attacking team get the benefit of the doubt. It's difficult for the centre backs to get a fair challenge in there.
Meanwhile, that midfield three of Emami East Bengal working to perfection. We've got three players in their middle who can all take on attacking responsibility, defensive responsibility, stay back when needed. And so far, they've controlled the game in the middle of the park. Here they are again, Saul Crespo. 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. Remember, the difference so far between the two teams is a goal from Javier Severio. Coming off a corner for Emami East Bengal. Punjab FC now, Luka Majan. Feeble attempt in the end. But if they look back, that was a proper chance for them.
Incredible, really, isn't it? At this stage, just before going into half time, and you're thinking, what could be next? Where's your opportunity coming from? And they create it. Really good ball in. Just not tracking the runners into the box, and a brilliant opportunity for Punjab to go in 1-1.
Laid it up perfectly for Brandon, whose shot left a lot to be desired. Didn't even get the target. Forget even challenging the goalkeeper from so close. They really have a lot of thinking to do, especially going up front. Just don't seem like they're on the same page in this first 45 minutes. I've been creating a few chances, but when it comes to finishing those chances off, or when it comes to that cutting edge in Emami East Bengal's box, it's just not been there for Punjab FC.
Now, I think the work rate of the midfield three from Emami East Bengal has just been the main threat, hasn't it? What they've been able to do is drift into wide areas and just attract both fullbacks, both Salah on the left-hand side and obviously Ungdim on that right-hand side to come in and mark them, and that just leaves the wingers free.
Here's Brandon, finds Luka Majan. Krishnanda coming in, does well to get the corner. Is there a twist in the tail? Less than a minute remaining, 3 minutes of added time at the Kishore Bharati Krirangan. One Mera, duties to take that corner. All eyes are going to be on Luka Majan. That's a good ball put in, but put out by an alert Emami East Bengal defense. They'll give away a needless free kick in a very dangerous position.
Yeah, the defensive tackle there of a winger wants it, just leaving his leg out, and obviously a tricky player in that wide area is always going to get no invitation, second invitation, just to jump over the leg and have a little bit of contact. Just didn't see him over his shoulder. A little nick and then able to ride the challenge, and Ricky able to get the free kick.
Is there a twist? Is there a twist awaiting us? One Mera on the ball. Didn't score too many goals when he did sign for East Bengal in 2019. Can he score one? A team. Looks like he's going to go direct. Goes direct and goes over the goal.
Yeah, it's not what you want, is it? Just on the stroke of half time. You need to be just either hitting into an area for your attackers to get in there or coming up with a little bit of magic. But give him the sighter, and I'm sure he'll be straight away trying to get the next one when it comes. Maybe if it's not now, it's going to be in the second half.
At least from Punjab FC's perspective, I'm guessing that coach going in to halftime now will take a few positives They've stitched together a few passes going forward. They've got a few chances going forward. So what if the finishing hasn't quite matched up to it? But they've slowly but surely putting together a few passes in Emami East Bengal's halves. Here's another one. Krishnanda Singh. He's been busy in this first 45 minutes. Lays it back to Mohammad Salah, who lobs it forward with no one in the box
I
for
think
that cross.
Krishnanda Singh's been really bright on that left-hand side on their counter sets, especially when Luca just drops in a little bit deep and receives it and plays out to him. Most of their attacking threat has come from that side. Although earlier in the game, they did get that opportunity. Wanmira just cutting in on his left-hand side, but last 5 to 7 minutes, yeah, you're right, they've been a lot brighter, mainly coming down this left-hand side.
Seem to be targeting Harmanjot Khab. Is Krishnanda Singh does that again. Finds Brandon. Brandon does well to find Krishnanda, but just a bit too much on that pass. But positive signs nonetheless for Punjab FC.
Yeah, Cabra's name, you can hear it a lot, can't you, in the stadium. Mike's picking it up. I think the coach is really making sure that he's getting into him. Doesn't seem to be too pleased with the performance so far.
First half done at the Kishore Bharati Kridangan as that man who's been the difference maker. 1-0 to Emami East Bengal in a game where they need 3 points. Nothing less than 3 points will do if they are to make the quarterfinals of the 132nd edition of the IndianOil Durand Cup. Javier Severio heading Emami East Bengal into a 1-goal lead. Punjab FC have had their moments. There have been moments when you've not seen them in the game, but they've ended that first half extremely well. Here's a look at the stats. Total 3 shots for Emami East Bengal, 4 for Punjab FC. Ball possession, really 45 to Emami East Bengal, 55 to Punjab FC. Well, that's how things started at the Kishore Bharati Kridangan. That boost that's needed after winning the Kolkata Derby after more than 4 years, 8 games in all competitions. They hadn't been able to win the Kolkata Derby. They won that, and now they're facing Punjab FC, who started things really brightly. Juan Mera testing Prab Gill very early on. And for a moment, you thought that Punjab FC would go away and continue that first half like that, but then Emami East Bengal came into the game. Nanda Kumar got into the thick of things.
Couldn't finish though. Good ball in. Almost an own goal. It was saved by Bikash, who saves the embarrassment. It was a lovely ball in. Irfan couldn't get on the end of the loose ball. What a chance, though. Can't fault the effort or the work rate. Lovely ball from Crivellaro into the path of Irfan. Crivellaro went for the shot. Oh! Manages to get the dip on it from just outside the penalty area. It's another special goal from the Brazilian Rafa Crivellaro. And there seemed little danger when he picked that up, but he has executed it beautifully. And Chennai finally have a third goal in the second half with 6.5 to go. And they lead here by 3-0.
The legend making his way back into Chennai FC. Look at that for a finish. Irfan does well, doesn't get tempted, lays it off there for Rafa Crivellaro. We see the ball move. Was it a deflection? Doesn't matter. It is a goal for Rafa Crivellaro. And what a way to make his way back into the Chennai FC team.
That's had such an impressive performance. Dipu Roy's referee's whistle rather brings us to a close. A very competent performance by Chennai. Rafa Crivellaro came on in the second half and added a third goal. A little bit bad-tempered towards the end, but Chennai have booked their place in the quarterfinals. They will win Group B. They can't be caught at the top with 6 points out of 6. Competent performance after they beat Tribunami by 3-0.
Hi, everybody. Peekaboo. Run the street them too. Best talking free come through. All of them and they're ready for war. You can never test me. Can't be my team. This is gonna be fun.
बाबा कहाँ है?
प्रोफेसर दास हमेशा माइनिंग के खिलाफ थे।
एक मिस्टीरियस बीमारी फैल रहा है।
यहाँ कुछ और हो रहा है। सारा इन्वेस्टमेंट
Bengal winning 1-0. Just remember that before the start of this game, we maintained a 1-minute silence in memory of former Indian football captain and Arjuna Award winner Mohammad Habib, who passed away on Independence Day at the age of 74. And also former East Bengal secretary Suprakash Gorgori, who passed away yesterday at the age of 80. Moments away from kickoff. And we're underway at the Kishore Bharati Kridangan in a must-win game for Emami East Bengal. It's going to plan for them. That one goal by Javier Severio being the difference between the two sides. Meanwhile, a substitution has already taken place. Ricky Shabong has come off for Kipgin in Punjab FC, looking to refreshen that attack, bring some more zing into that attack, and possibly some bite in that final third. My name is Arjun Pandit, and I'm delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Andy Cooper.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good change at half time. Mangalthan Kipgun coming in. A player I know well, a player I signed while I was at Punjab as a youth coming into the academy. Very dynamic, very direct. I'm sure he'll look to be run and stretch play, technical player. It'll be more of the same for Emami East Bengal, but maybe just a little bit quicker in the possession. But sure, a key element will still be that battle in midfield, whether they can get the rotations right and pick the moments to play through.
Mang Len Thang Kipgin was with the reserve side of Punjab FC until 2022, then got promoted to the senior side. It's competitions like these, game time like this, that helps and aids in the progress of these young and upcoming players in Indian football. Played 3 games the whole of last season, managed just 61 minutes, brought on very early on in just the 3rd game of the season. Brand new season for coach Stikos Vargetis, who oversaw Punjab FC winning the Hero I League in resounding fashion. 52 points in total. Also scored 45 goals and conceded just 16 in a total of 22 matches. Performance courtesy which they move into the Hero ISL this season, where they'll be taking on the likes of Emami East Bengal, Mohan Bagan's Super Giants. This is Group A in action for you in the IndianOil Durand Cup. The equation is pretty simple. Get the 3 points for the red and gold and move into the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, the referee not too happy with Nunga and has given a yellow card. Not too happy with those tactics. Taking his time. Referee saying, get a move on, young man.
Yeah, a little bit early to be running the clock down, isn't it? Just a little bit of byplay there between him and Gill, making sure that they took the time over the free kick or the goal kick as it came out. And referee quick to assert his authority over in the second half straight away.
He's done that throughout this game. Whenever he's been given a small little opportunity where he feels the player might cross the line, he's banished that card. They've got to be careful in these 45 minutes now. Already 4 yellow cards to Punjab FC, 3 for the players and 1 for their coach, Stikos Vargetis. Cabra again tries to take it long. Good shot taken by Saul Crespo. Apologies, that was Borja. Good sweet left foot. Jordan LC. Here's Brandon. Here's the new man in Kipgan. Tries finding Brandon again. Loses possession. Emami East Bengal on the hunt now. Borja took a good shot a while back. Slows it down now. Saul Crespo. Back with Mahesh, who's come inside. Doing a bit of the same that we saw in that first half, especially at 3 in the middle for Emami East Bengal. Rotating really well. Making it extremely difficult for Punjab FC to mark those players. And in the process, giving away fouls like this. A 5th yellow card now for Punjab FC. This one for Melroy Assisi.
Yeah, he fully committed to that challenge, wasn't it? Clever little forward play. Just being able to ride the challenge, just roll away and then feel that contact and go down. But again, puts you on the back foot. Melroy's got to get back in there, get adjusted, make sure that they're set up for the set piece, and more probably important at the moment, them second balls, them little knockdowns that happen from the wide free kicks.
So we've got another training ground. Set piece play in front of you. It's a highlight of Carlos Quadrat. This one taken by Borja. Didn't work, but they'll keep trying it. They won't stop them from trying it. It was a highlight of Carlos Quadrat when he was part of Bengaluru FC, especially that one season. And they went on to win the title and scored so many goals from set piece plays.
Yeah, vital part of the game now, aren't they? Huge attention drawn to them, I think, with the advances of stats, being able to show how important and how much they can have an impact on games. Teams are often working on them. Some coaches and some clubs now introducing specific set piece coaches into the backroom staff to work on an area of aspect on the game, both offensive and defensively.
Carlos Quadrat. Very early on, he's tasted success in the Kolkata derby. Just his second game for Emami East Bengal, and he's tasted success in the derby. Ended that hoodoo that just wasn't ending. Here's Punjab meanwhile. Saul Crespo does well. Good awareness. Play around him. Still keeps possession. Back to Mahesh Singh. Nunga.
It's similar setup, isn't it, from Punjab in that second half, just dropping down to the middle third of the pitch and pressing from there. You can see Krishnanda just coming out there to do the job, forcing them back and around. Luca will be the next one out, just making sure and just forcing them to knock long.
You've got that four-man midfield for Punjab. Trying to make that middle park a tough place for the likes of Souvik Chakravarti, Borja, and Saul Crespo to operate in. Nunga plays it back to Prabsukan Gill. Hasn't had much to do in that first half. Here's Brandon. Feeble pass, gives it away. Emami East Bengal on the attack. Referee halts play. Foul in favor of Emami East Bengal.
Tight little technical challenge in the centre circle, isn't it? Lots of bodies and movements. Fully committed player, Brandon, isn't he? Just leaves it a little bit heavy on the midfielder.
Back with Punjab now. Trying to put together a few passes. Does well. Good turn by Brandon. He's been given free range to move around to every part of the field. So you've seen him on the left. Now you're seeing him on the right. Operates in the center as well. There's a man who knows a thing or two about Indian football. Dimas Delgado. Tasted lots of success with Bengaluru FC as a player. Now part of the coaching staff with Carlos Quadrat at Emami East Bengal. Tekcham finds Juan Mera as a player for company. Does well to win that foul. Puts his body in the line. Gets it from Nishu Kumar.
Yeah, I think he'll have been asked to do that more at half-time, won't he? Just to roll inside and drift rather than holding his position wide. Obviously playing in that right-hand side, wanting to cut back onto the left as well. So taking his first opportunity to do it and grabbing the free kick.
Juan Mera, Nikhil Prabhu. Going to be aiming for the likes of Nikhil Prabhu. Brings in some much needed height. You got Luka Majen in the box as well. So far, delivery hasn't been the greatest from Juan Mera's left foot. What can he do now? This one also flatters to deceive. But still, the ball is in play. Gill does well to make that ball his own. Commanding presence. Commanding move by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he has done well there, hasn't he? I think he might have taken it on the second bounce on the way down. And maybe the ball just popping back up into his stomach as he lands on it.
Very nearly lost possession, but had the presence of mind to quickly keep that ball his own. Was awarded the Golden Glove in the 2020-21 season while playing for Kerala Blasters. A journey was started with the Chandigarh Football Academy, moved to the Indian Arrows, then to Bengaluru FC, played under Carlos Quadrat, and then moved on to Kerala Blasters Football Club. Now back with Quadrat at Emami East Bengal. India's been blessed, Andy, with a couple of young keepers. Extremely good over the years, one that have longevity in their game. Prabsukan Gill, one of them.
Very much so, and I think it's can be a hallmark of national team and future generations to come. I think the investment has to be in goalkeepers. Clearly, there's some very good goalkeepers in the league. Some choose, obviously, to go with an overseas goalkeeper. like Punjab, but obviously here, domestic keepers are doing really, really well. Gill has been really troubled. I mean, a handling error there, I'll be disappointed with that. But apart from that, in general, open play, he's been sound, he's been solid and reliable.
Tells you a lot about him. When a player is not tested as much, not kept on his toes as much, when he is finally called into action, he looks resolute, he looks sound. Sound decision making, key for someone who's manning the gloves for a top club. Brandon trying to get a move on in things now. Mohammad Salah back to Prabhu, finds Melroy Cece. Here come Punjab again. Plays it long. The idea was right, trying to find Juan Mera. Intercepted by Nishu Kumar. Mahesh Nauram. Good one touch. He finds Saul Crespo. Here's Borja. They're all over the park. Good combination between Mahesh Nauram. Just the pass left a lot to be desired. And also gives away the foul in the process.
Yeah, they've been very clever, haven't they? Good little combinations to get out of there from Emami East Bengal. They've been really, really clever and smart with the rotations. Might be a case soon of, I'm sure, the Punjab FC staff on the bench just having a little look along just to see if there's any spark or any injection that they need. Obviously, they had Daniel who played previously as a striker in previous games, where they need to advance with some other forward options.
Yep, there's Daniel Lalimpuya, Mizoram player, who joined the team in 2022 from Odisha FC. Also been a part of Bengaluru FC. Had that one run for Bengaluru FC in the AFC Cup where he scored 3 goals in 4 games. But ever since then, he's just been a little barren in front of the goal. Just got the 1 goal in the I-League last season, but they were head and shoulders the better team than everyone else in the league. Still in the market for new players. Remember, August 31st is when the transfer window comes to an end, and they're still looking out for that young domestic player, still looking for that foreign player who can add much needed bite to this team. And when they play the biggest level in Indian football, the biggest stage in Indian football. The ethos for the team is to catch them young, build on them, give them time to grow together as a unit. But here's Nanda Kumar, giving them a bit of a reality check. Well defended. Thwarted the attack. And here's Brandon. Space in front for Kipgan. Lots of space in front for Kipgan. 3 players ahead of him. Here's Mera. Juan Mera does well. Good one-touch combination between the 2 players. Turns well. Referee in a good position to see that. Says play goes on. Mahesh Nauram. Just given the yellow card a few minutes back. Back with Nishu Kumar. Slowing the pace down now. Punjab FC doing well to put numbers behind. Not give Emami East Bengal too much space. Forcing them backwards. Slowing things down. Here's Crespo. Borja has been all over the pitch. One moment back, we saw him on the left side of the pitch. This time around, he's on the right side of the pitch. 2 substitutions for Punjab FC. Juan Mera being taken out for Prashant, jersey number 24. Didn't have the best of outings versus his former team. And the other substitution, here's Samuel Lingdo coming on for Krishnanda Singh.
Yeah, Krishnanda's not really had the both the wingers being replaced, maybe a change of shape and attacking intent from Punjab FC now.
And here they are on the attack. Oodles of space in front of him. 2 players ahead. Poorly executed cross. Back with them again. Here's the new man. Puts in a cross. It's a good cross, but no one attacking it. Jordan Elsey up to the task. Gives the corner to Punjab FC.
Yeah, just a little look, isn't it? Gets out of feet, able to get good ball, but like we say, just no one able to get in front of the first man. Good defense.
Corner taken by Brandon. And it's a poor corner.
Yeah, he's let himself down, hasn't he, with his technique there. He's been so busy and good in tight areas, but an opportunity when the ball's stationary just to deliver something, an attacking threat, something you work hard as a team with your centre-backs high up the pitch.
3 points a must for Emami East Bengal. 16-time winners of the Durand Cup. Joint highest with Mohan Bagan. First time they played the Durand was way back in 1926. They won it thrice in a row, 1989, 1990, 1991. 27 appearances in the final. Haven't had the best of build-ups into this season. The last 3 years haven't gone according to plan. Been a bit too much of restructuring. Lots of new players coming in, lots of new players going out. Cross put in by Prashant, who's looked lively ever since coming on. There's Nanda Kumar. Severio on the attack. Borja making the run as well. 2 in front of him. Who does he choose? Ball still not out. Referee finally blows the whistle in favor of Punjab FC.
Yeah, you can see there the possession stats, 56 to 44 in favour of Punjab, but it's what you do with it, it's what your intent is. And if you think about the first half, they had periods knocking it around the back, just with limited pressure, and that'll just get the percentages up. They really need to be a bit more purposeful with that possession, especially in the final third now, with half an hour to go. Lovely little...
Because
Nanda just not able to release it. Maybe he could have played it earlier. Just before them crowded bodies kind of stifled his run and snuffed.
It's still 1-0 in favour of Emami East Bengal, so that's never a safe scoreline, especially for a team chasing 3 points. 1 point just doesn't cut it for them. 1 point in this game means Mohan Bagan Super Giants make it to the quarterfinals. Melroy SCC being chased by Javier Severio. Tekcham Singh loses it to Borja and also gives away the foul in the process. Be happy with that. Loses possession just way too easily and also concedes the foul in the process.
Yeah, poor challenge, isn't it, really? Just a tactical foul more than anything nowadays, as they're known. Just stopping his man getting away, no intent to play the ball.
Borja and Mahesh Singh Nauram on the ball. Another one of those practice set pieces. Let's see what they can come up with so far. Remember, they got the only goal of the game from a set piece corner. Javier Severio heading that into the back of the net. Here's Mahesh. Borja put into a dangerous position but cleared by Punjab FC. Not cleared completely though. Now it's cleared. Here's Prashant. He's looked energetic ever since coming on. Does well to keep that ball. He's got 2 in front of him. It's always going to be a tough task to find Luka Majen, but it does find the Punjab FC player. Back with Kipgin. Samuel Lingdo, the new man in. Mohammad Salah. Lays it back, goes for the long range shot. Was always going to be second best. From that far off.
Yeah, you can see the frustration in his teammates' face, can't you? Pulling the trigger from such a long way out. It's going to have to be something special to beat the goalkeeper from there. In terms of substitutions, looks like for like. I thought they might have put Kipken maybe wide on the left, maybe to get a run at the fullback. But it just seems that it's like for like change with the two wingers with Van Mira obviously coming off, and Krishnanda also.
Yep, you can see the applause. You can hear it for Borja. He's put in a good shift, Borja Herrera. This time when the pitch has come to an end, as he will now be replaced by Jose Pardo. The new man, he joins this season from CD Idense in Spain in the Segunda Division. He's played the Copa del Rey last year, played for teams like Hercules, Valencia B, Real Oviedo, Recreativo Huelva. And he also helped Idense to the second tier of Spanish football after a gap of 61 years. Prashant joined the season from Chennai FC. Tekcham Singh. Ashish. Nikhil Prabhu. Shifting play. Here's Kipgin. Doing well to put together a few passes. Punjab FC. Remains to be seen what comes of it. Back to Tekcham. Here's Prashant. Just can't seem to find an opening in the middle of the park. And thus shifting position again. Being forced wide by Emami East Bengal. All players defending in their own half. Here's Tekcham. Someone's going to have to take on someone. Instead goes for the shot. The idea was right. The execution not quite. Meanwhile, another substitution being made by Punjab FC. This time it's Amarjeet Singh Khyam, a man who knows what top-level Indian football is all about. He was captain of the India under-17 team that played in the under-17 World Cup. He is replacing Brandon.
Yeah, passage to play there where they had. Passage to play where they had loads of possession, wasn't it? Again, and we saw that little change, tactical change from Kudarat, just in terms of having two holding midfielders in there now, with Pardo coming on, sitting alongside Crespo in the midfield, and just allowing Tuvik just to go a little bit higher. And that forced Punjab to go round, sideways, and backwards and down the channels a little bit, nothing able to get through them.
Protect that 1-goal lead. Get that 3 points. Continue your journey in this edition of the Durand Cup. Back with Mahesh Singh. He's had an interesting few months. Souvik Chakravarti. Not as effective in this part of the pitch as he's been in the middle of the park. Good run, but just couldn't execute the cross.
Yeah, that's that role of the number 10, isn't it? Now they're playing in that system with a 2 and a 1 in midfield that he has to break in to kind of support the attack a lot more. Clearly, he's got the capacity and the work rate to do it. Just not quite there with the end product.
Again, wasteful pass from Punjab FC, losing possession. East Bengal in no hurry to move ahead, taking their time. Spreads it out wide right. Captain Harmanjot Khabra now gives away possession. Finding Luka Majan, but he's had that sort of a game. Just hasn't been involved from minute one. Two changes coming up for Emami East Bengal. Coach is taking full use of the 5 substitution rule, and the East Bengal faithful will be happy to see that. In a season where it didn't work so much for them, Clayton Silva was that one shining light. 14 goals in all competitions. He will be replacing Javier Severio for the remainder of this game. Meanwhile, Souvik Chakravarti has put in a good shift as well. And he's been given some breathing time outside as well. Javier Severio, he's had a good start to life as a player for Emami East Bengal. 2 goals in 3 games. There's confirmation of that second change. Edwin Sidney Vanspall is now on the pitch for Souvik Chakravarti. Referee's just blown the whistle for a foul in favor of Emami East Bengal just on the edge of the Punjab FC box. Handball, it seems.
Yeah, and just when you're trying to get yourself back into that game and you're hoping for a strong finish from Punjab FC, you look across and the opposition coach can bring on a player like the Brazilian Clayton just to be able to stretch, fresh pair of legs as well. So difficult times for them at the moment, and now they're going to have to get themselves set up for another set piece to defend. Clearly going to see whether there's any changes at half time. They're going to remain compact and go zonal and make sure they mark man to man in certain areas of the pitch. But they've got to ensure that they get that first contact. You can see Kieran Limbu there just making sure he gets his wall lined up, making sure that there's not any gaps, and leave an opportunity then just to bend one just into that near side.
And straight away, Clayton Silva is in the thick of the action. Has been given duty. Who's to say he won't go directly for goal? Test Kiran Kumar Limbu. Just come on a minute back. Let's see what he can do from it. Here's Clayton Silva. Just over the goal. But the intent was there. The intent was there to double the lead for Emami East Bengal.
Yeah, and I think Kieran knew that. I think the way he set up his wall and kept double, triple checking, I think he knew that it might have been coming that side. Maybe he's done his homework just to check. Just wasn't able to get the whip to get the ball down over the wall and then just get it underneath the bar as well. But a nice little sighter for him, give him a bit of confidence coming into the game.
Yeah, you know he's a goal scorer, Andy. As soon as he comes in, asks for that ball. I don't care where it's put. We're going for goal. We're trying to find one in the back of the net. He's had an interesting time in India. He's played a lot of his football in Thailand. After that, came to India with Bengaluru FC, scored 9 goals for Bengaluru FC in that season in the ISL, and then shifted to Emami East Bengal. Team didn't do quite well, but he managed 14 goals, 4 assists in all competitions. Him and Javier Severio could make for a lethal combination for the remainder of this season.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting how the manager has to, the head coach, work out how best to fit them in the system, whether he goes with 2 up top, which he's previously done, or he sticks to his tried and tested kind of method with a just single 9 and playing with them wide players. So it'll be interesting to see, but clearly it's a squad game now with more fixtures than ever, more opportunities than ever. You've got the IndianOil Durand Cup here, and obviously a domestic season due to start as well.
Tekcha, meanwhile, put a ball in, still with Punjab FC. Here's Amarjeet Singh Khyam. Tries finding a pass. Interesting trajectory for Amarjeet Singh Khyam as well. Captain of the India Under-17 team that played in the World Cup in 2017. One thought that was going to be up and up as far as since his entry into senior level football in India hasn't got much game time. In fact, if you look at last season where he was at FC Goa, just managed 5 games in all competitions. For a player that's still 22, they need to move to a place where they can get maximum game time, and he's hoping to do that at Punjab FC. Water break taken in the game. Still 15 minutes remaining. Here's a look at some of the chances. Majority of it is for Emami East Bengal. Game has slowed down a bit. A yellow card as well shown to Mahesh Singh Nauran. Nanda Kumar has given a few options up front. His final ball left a lot to be desired, or decision making in that sense. Jordan Elsey hasn't had the toughest of games. Luka Majen has been kept quiet, and big credit for that must go to someone like Jordan Elsey. Here's Borja, had an interesting game, had an extremely good game for his team, was involved in various parts of the pitch. That three-man midfield working really well for Carlos Quadrat. Restricting the likes of Punjab FC to long-range shots like that. That replay should be seen again and again. Was that inside the box? The referee at the time thought it was outside the box. Clayton Silva getting on the duty and very early on trying to find the back of the net. From Punjab FC's point of view, just their fourth season ever since their inception. First two seasons, this team spent in a bubble. Third season, they went on to win the Hero I League. Fourth season, now they'll be participating in the Hero ISL. Will be playing their home games at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in New Delhi. An opportunity for football enthusiasts in the capital come and witness some of the top teams and players in the country. Here's Luka Majen. Offside, referee says play on. Still yet to find the back of the net in this edition of the Durand Cup, Luka Majen. He's always going to remain that threat. I guess the question is how the service is going to be, especially when you're playing top flight level Indian football. When you're playing against top defenders like Jordan Elsey and company. Meanwhile, here's Clayton Silva. Very nearly pouncing on that mistake by Prabhu. Carlos Quadrat happy with that, but I'm guessing Clayton Silva won't be too happy with the finish.
No, he's just breathing down the neck, isn't he? Making sure that he's a presence all the time. Of Nikhil there, just forcing the error, and I'm sure he'll be really disappointed that he couldn't try and put the game to bed at 2-0. At 1-0 now, it's still a dangerous scoreline for both teams. But what a clear-cut chance. Only 6 or 7 minutes are coming into the game to almost put themselves in a brilliant 2-0 lead going into the last 10 minutes.
Here's Prashant. Does well to cut back. Does well, extremely well to find his own player, but takes one touch too many. And it's back with Emami East Bengal. Jose Pardo, the new man, tries to find Nanda Kumar. Nunga gives it away. Here's Kipgin. Forced to go back. Not too many options up front. Played out wide. Mohammad Salah puts it in. Tries to find Majen. Prashant. Signed this season from Chennai FC. Looks like a confident player on the wings. And just as we say that, gives the ball away to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, going back to that inception that you said of Punjab FC, it's just been brilliant to see from that bio bubble days of that first season, the development of some of the staff, the sports science, operational staff, coaching staff who have gone on, still working in ISL, still working in I-League clubs, some obviously working domestically back in the home countries. I saw Curtis Fleming working with Bristol City yesterday. Damien Matthew was the under-18s coach. He was in a Champions League qualifier with Glasgow Rangers yesterday. So it's been a clear progression for them as staff as well, and pleased to see many of them do well, as with the younger players that you've seen with Mangboy come on, Kipken, and try and have an influence in this game. Having a really controlled spell of possession now, Emami East Bengal making Punjab FC work. And also just trying to get bodies in and around to support the attack a little bit more. bit more urgency now in Punjab just when they turn over possession to get forward quickly. The game will start to be stretched and open over the next 10 minutes plus the injury time added on. I'm sure the substitution made, the fresh legs will have a huge impact and bearing on this game. You imagine that the more it's open, the more it's a bit more basketball going end to end. It's in favour of Punjab FC. Whereas Emami East Bengal will want to take the sting out of it. They'll want to get compact, get possession of the ball. Emil to dictate terms a bit more, just as he's able to just drift inside. And he will see the important thing. Can you just keep possession? Can you get a foul and take the sting out of the game? From being that, now you open yourself up to counters. The more you expose yourself to the opposition, they've got to be careful that they don't get picked off on the counter attack now. Emami East Bengal seem to have a man down on the far side at the moment as well. Plays continued. And again, it's been really wasteful in them areas. Just not able to get the ball in the box into a good area. Conditions, energy taken out of the players, people getting hydrated as the physio's called off, just to deal with an incident just on the far side of the pitch, just out of view. Going to this final 10 minutes now. You're thinking now the coaching staff of Punjab FC just making sure that they get some instructions on that. They might have to take a little bit more risk now, progressing the competition as far as they can. Whereas for Emami East Bengal, might just be about taking the sting out of the game, managing the moments that they need to, making sure they're a bit slower with the restarts and any set piece opportunity they have just to kill the game. You can see they're in no hurry to get the game restarted. Even getting a helping hand from the referee there who's playing the ball back to the goalkeeper. Again, Gill hasn't had much.
Two more substitutions being affected by Carlos Quadrat and Emami East Bengal. One of them is VP Suhair. The other one is Mohammad Rakib. Rakib, also part of that India under-17 team that played in the World Cup. VP Suhair. This is his second season ever since joining Emami East Bengal from Northeast United in 2022. Nishu Kumar out for Mohammad Rakib. And there's the other substitution. Mahesh Singh Naurem is being taken off for VP Sohair.
Yeah, I think it comes to the stage where Punjab might need to start looking at throwing another striker on as well. Yeah, you see they have. They've obviously replaced the main man. Be disappointed with his performance today, I'm sure.
Daniel Lalempuya, or rather it's Ranjit Singh, who's replacing Luka Majen. Just tells you about the night he's had. Ranjit Singh, who joined Punjab FC from Kenkre this season, managed 3 goals in the I-League, 1 assist to his name, won the I-League with Chennai City in 2019. Well, he's got 6 minutes to prove to his coach what he's made up of. Still 1-0 to Emami East Bengal. Anything can happen. We've seen that all too often in football games. 1-0 is never a safe scoreline. And they don't need to really jog back their memory. The East Bengal faithfuls, too far ahead. First game of the tournament for that team, and they were playing Bangladesh football team. Bangladesh Army football team, leading 2-0, and the match finished 2-2 with 2 late goals coming in from Bangladesh Army football team. They wouldn't want to repeat the same this time around. See it off, get those 3 points, make their way into the quarters, into this edition of the Durand Cup. Gives that ball away. Jordan LC. Jose Pardo. Trying to integrate himself with this team. Just joined a few days back, as did Clayton Silva. That's one part of that team that faced against Mohun Bagan Super Giants in the derby. There's Nanda Kumar, goal scorer, the difference maker in that derby. One step over. Tries to put a cross in, but is equally well defended by Tek Cham Singh. Here's Pardo again. Could have released it faster. Good ball put in. But straight into the path of a Punjab FC defender. And now here we have Punjab on the attack. Trying to get past two Emami East Bengal players. Here's the new man, VP Suhair. Looking for the runner. Finds his runner. Back again, calling for the penalty. Referee in a good position. Says play goes on. Here's Rakip. Wasteful ball put in. No one inside as well. They'll be happy doing this, Emami East Bengal. Control the Lions' share of possession. Control the game in the middle of the park. Don't give too many opportunities to Punjab FC when they have the chance to attack. Narrow things down for them. Narrow their shape. Don't give them space in the middle of the park. Restrict them to taking long-range shots. He's not had the best of game as Harmanjot Singh Khabra. He's been giving the ball away on too many occasions. Saved by his own player. Back to Nanda Kumar. Clayton Silva plays it back to Nanda. Does well to get past. Here's Clayton Silva! Another opportunity falling to the feet of Clayton Silva.
Yeah, most of the best stuff's come from Nanda, hasn't it? Whether he's worked off the right side, whether he's worked off the left and cut in. Very strong where he's had the ball, very direct. Obviously just able to get that ball inside. It's another chance. You just imagine the Brazilian to be absolutely...
Just joined with the team a few days back, Clayton Silva. So clearly a bit of rustiness in his finishing. Still has 3 minutes. Nanda Kumar this time. Another chance! Another chance for Emami East Bengal. Jose Pardo says, give us a corner. And the referee says, correct. Corner towards Emami East Bengal.
Yeah, set pieces causing issues again for Punjab FC in the box. Good physical presence, just confusion between two players coming together in the near post area, that front zone area. And it's all about keeping the ball alive and the ricochets in the box. Get another chance to put a ball in. They've got big height, big strength in there as well. You can see Jordan Elsey be ready to try and get a run on a player. Referee just having a little word with some jostling going on in the box. But again, Punjab FC stuck with this zonal, and it'll just be a case of whether Jordan Elsey would be able to try and get a run and get a free header in the box.
They've got their money's worth as far as things stands right now. Nanda Kumar, commandingly taken by Kiran Kumar Limbu. Joined last season from Maldivian club Mazia SRC. Has played a lot in Indian football, 74 caps for the Nepalese national team as well. Recently played the SAF Championships in Bangalore for Nepal. Here's Punjab FC now on the left flank. Kipkin tries to go, make something of that. Well tracked back by VP Suhair. Plays to Mohammad Rakib, who plays it long to Clayton Silva. Nikhil Prabhu. Surprising to see so many Emami East Bengal players falling so deep, protecting that 1-goal lead. Sometimes it can be counterproductive as well. 6 minutes of added time, which means this game is by no means over. Still 6 more minutes to go. 6 more minutes for Emami East Bengal to preserve that lead. 6 more minutes for Punjab FC to play spoil sport.
Yeah, I think it'll be down to players like Pardo with his experience in midfield just to make sure that players aren't running too far ahead of the ball, keeping players close and tight to him when they lose possession. You'll see it now. Just playing nice and simple. Whereas for Punjab,
and they put in. There's Ranjit Singh. Offside called. And you can hear those loud calls from the Punjab FC bench, not happy with that decision. Tough one, that angle. You can see Jordan LC is making a late move to play him offside. Play him offside. You can understand why the bench won't be happy with that decision, especially given the moment of the game it's coming. Here's Pardo. Very quickly, you can make out what his role in this team is going to be. He's going to sit back, clear up play, get the ball moving as much as he can. Give the likes of Saul Crespo an opportunity to move and play a lot more advanced. You can see both benches on their feet, not happy with some of the decision making. We're getting to that stage of the game now, where it could all be over for Punjab FC. This would mean the end of their IndianOil Durand Cup campaign. Melroy Assisi, the senior man in that squad, having a word with the referee. Not happy with some of the challenges coming to his teammates. Amarjeet Khyam asks for the ball again. It's in fact played up now to Ranjit Singh. Does well to keep possession. Back with Amarjeet Singh Khyam. Spots the run, the late run, but instead spots three Emami East Bengal players for company. Happy to hold up play like that, Emami East Bengal. Jose Pardo. Back with Nanda Kumar. He's had a good game. Looked involved, looked busy throughout these 90 minutes. Here's Pardo. Sprays it wide, tries finding Nanda Kumar.
Yeah, maybe just a bit of fatigue in Punjab FC there. Really, 1-0 down with 3 minutes to go. You want a bit of urgency. You want them to press forward. You want them to hurry and harass the back line. Emami East Bengal, but just giving them far too much time and possession, just be able to pop the ball around at will, really.
Seems like they've accepted their fate. But you never know. Less than 3 minutes remaining and at a time. You never know. We've seen these things happen before. 1-0 is never safe. But 1-0 will be enough for Emami East Bengal if they are to book a place in the quarterfinals of the Durand Cup. Start their season and stay en route to get their first trophy right of the season. Pardo does well, controlling the middle. There's Rakip. Just too much in it for VP Suhair. But good passage of play by Emami East Bengal.
Yeah, Pardo, that main man against need, just linking play in midfield. Clever, went to slow the tempo down, one tempo to kind of search and probe, and then just went to change it and start to play forward.
Not someone who scores too many goals. 17 in his career overall for Jose Pardo. But that's not his job. That's not why he's brought into this squad by Carlos Cuadrat. His job is to man the middle of the park, control the middle of the park, assert that dominance in the middle of the park.
Defended really well. It was a lovely little reverse pass. Kipken there just spotting the... But well marshalled, well defended, and he's had a strong game considering his game. and obviously adapt to the conditions and Indian football and all the demands it takes. And he'll have bigger tests, no doubt, Jordan Elsey, but he's acquitted himself really well.
Still early days for Emami East Bengal in this side, assembled by Carlos Quadrat. Of course, the aim is now to be vying for trophies, to be winning trophies, to be amongst the contenders. They haven't been so in these last 3 years. Coach is not happy. He's saying 6 minutes up, still haven't blown the final whistle. How often have we seen that in football? That never-ending love affair between coaches and referees. Just any moment now, the referee should be blowing his final whistle. And there you have it. You can see the happiness on their bench. You can see the happiness amongst the supporters. Emami East Bengal had one job before the start of tonight's game, and that was to go out and get 3 points. And they've done exactly that. One goal, that one goal being the difference by Javier Severio. And courtesy that one goal, Emami East Bengal march on in the 132nd edition of the IndianOil Durand Cup. They march on to the quarterfinals of the Durand Cup.
We've said it before, haven't we? Set pieces win games. You could see such a Emami East Bengal clearly the better side, but just down to that single goal.
There's a look at the stats, a total of 9 shots.